Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. So on the bottom right side is the purple Waylon. We've got Tschjo. Small on the top left side as the Brenner. We've got PeePeePooPoo. When it comes to COs, Brenner's of course nerfed from his cartridge counterparts. Direct units get plus 10, plus 30% defense. Additionally, all units get plus 3 health, and of course gets that globally. He does have standard boarding cost, radius, and expansion, but does only have 1 level expansion rather than 2 levels expansion. Waylon is buffed from the cartridge counterpart, has 30% boarding cost from the 50% to 30, 60, 60. And of course his air, all units get plus 10, plus 10. All air units get additional plus 20% offense, plus 40% defense, so potentially plus 50% defense for air units. The rare defensive CO, air CO. And of course, for his superpower, does put that everything global, except for the fact that his air units get plus 300% defense, effectively making them take 75% less damage. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. This is a 3-base map, 2 bases down here, which 1 base can go either direction. Number of wastelands to slow down progress. This 1 base down here is neutral. Both players do start with Despicable Neutral Airport as well. And there's additionally some mountains in the middle of the, or not mountains, meteorites in the middle of the map that can be destroyed to free up the path. 2 comm towers there in the map as well. Both players going for some bikes. First, the early capturing phase is going on. Red could get a shot onto this bike here, but does not. Got a CO loaded bike here as well, trying to get that little bit extra early defense. It affects direct units, direct ground units, so it will be helpful for the early capturing game. But it's also a bike where you don't really have to care about losing all too much, at least in value. All depends how much CO progress bar is, how much you're going to care about losing it or not. Trying to capture that comm tower now. Does throw a single point of damage to the meteorite, you monster. And it looks like a Brenner's going to try to go for both comm towers. A little bit ambitious. Easy interrupt there. Does not decide to interrupt here. We'll have 4 for the capture there. When it comes to value in the map or income, right now Waylon's slightly ahead. Of course, Brenner does now have a comm tower, getting plus 5% offense, defense, global. Throws another bullet into that meteorite, you monster. Both players now have a tank deployed in the field. And looks like Waylon's going to be capturing up this comm tower now. Don't see any way to really interrupt it. So if he takes out the spike, then he could interrupt with the 2 health one, but unlikely. And Waylon has gone for early battlecopter, so may see a loaded battlecopter relatively soon. Yeah, it takes the bike there, but the comm tower will be captured. Goes another round of this meteorite. What did he ever do to you? Of course, Waylon's been doing the same thing as well. Does CO load the battlecopter? Has right now plus 70%, now 75% increased defense. Good strike there, and there gets a couple good first strikes. Battlecopter infantry and double base skip, going for the mass battlecopters. Brenner has not pulled out any anti-airs, so he probably needs to get out anti-air too soon. Could go for Duster. And a Duster maybe not half bad at the moment. Actually takes time to take another shot there. That's interesting. Goes for a battlecopter and anti-air now. Gonna be opening up my drink over here. Good strike there from Waylon. Doing a lot of CO energy charge there. Already 25% way to his power. And Waylon's gonna take time to capture this property there. Could be interrupted by the tank, but we'll see a massive fire in return. Waylon does do another base skip, but also goes for medium tank artillery down here. Right now, Waylon does have 18,000 income versus 17. Tank does get an okay strike there. Will be retaliated upon next turn. Anti-air there. This anti-air is heading down south. Won't be able to hit these battlecopters. These battlecopters stay clear of it. Goes back to tank to his HQ. Gets a easy shot there. Easy shot there. Gets +1 radius as well. Finish off that one unit. 31 energy out of 60, so halfway there. Medium tank is good strike to meteorite. Did I say medium tank or meteor tank? Either way, got tank, anti-air, bike. Waylon will capture this property next turn, and there's so despicable neutral property down there. Brenner push away forward, load up on the bike. Good strikes there with these forces. Gonna try to lure the units into the anti-air. Mech anti-tank. Anti-tanks are pretty slow. Got roads leading away from base. Does join capture. Good, great strike there. Looks like it's going to try to lure the anti-air into range of his tanks. And of course, this anti-air or this battlecopter will have additional defense. Right now, this tank battlecopter has 55% defense, which is pretty nice. Anti-air will get the shot there. Doesn't one shot as well. I think at this point in time, I need to stop doing autoplay and start monitoring turns one by one. Battlecopter gets shot down. Waylon almost has a CO power, but the thing is, well, he doesn't have too many aircraft to really capitalize on, so he may want to really get the battlecopter production going. Tank, anti-air. And Brenner's going for a good number of anti-airs already. Anti-air goes down. The command battlecopter could get a good strike on this battlecopter, but we've got another anti-air here, so maybe just push up north. He doesn't need a superpower right now, and he has a medium tank and a bunch of stuff down here. Best thing about a superpower right now is not all the air benefits, but probably just a global +10/+10 benefit. Just good strike there. Goes for Duster, that's interesting. I would assume battlecopters be a little bit better right now than shoot down the various, will have some bit more ground presence. But he does have a good number of tanks on the field, that's for sure. And now Brenner's CO power is available. Won't be able to be utilized this turn, but will give him +3 healing global, as well as some extra defense and offense for all of his direct ground units. I think the extra defense is an important part overall. Waylon gets a good strike there. Takes out that unit. Won't be able to kill off the command bike. Not take out the tank there, so it can be restored for a decent amount of health. Takes out the battlecopter. Taking out these wounded battlecopters is actually important. Battlecopter bike. Base skip. I wonder as well, this is right now at 9 health, will it go up to 40 or 39? Try and inflict some damage on its own units first. It's defense, not offense. Get some good damage there. Does go up to 40 health. So it does top off the percentage health as well. Waylon's battlecopter does go down. Of course, now Brenner has a global CO zone. Plus 45% defense, or plus 40% defense is quite significant. Or I guess 30 in total from the superpower. Battle does lower up his CO unit, another battlecopter. Tank has a good strike there. Battlecopter does go down. Stops to capture the comm tower. Good strike there. Waylon does have more income than his opponent right now. He got 85 or 101 versus 83, so Waylon's about ahead by a turn right now. Brenner's CO unit's way back here. Push forward. There's a good strike there. Takes out a tank. Medium tank does go down there. Anti-air could get a shot in the Duster, but it's at 4 health. Decides to get a shot in the bike there to prevent the property being flipped. But it will be flipped next turn, the current rate. He needs to interrupt it even further, maybe with this anti-air. Does. And the anti-tank does get on top of the property. Artillery piece stuck there, so could perhaps take out the anti-air. Meteorite does go down. Good strike there. Takes out that unit there. Trace the mech. Mech goes down. Command battlecopter does take out the artillery piece there, or the anti-air there, thanks to the boost, 10% boost from the battlecopter. And the bike gets a good strike there on the anti-tank as well. We'll get restored to 8 health next turn. Waylon's at right now 96 versus Brenner's 81 with 19,000 in the bank. So it's effectively at 100 versus 96 or 97. Something I forgot to mention as well, Waylon has both column towers right now, so he has plus 10% offense and defense globally. Artillery, battlecopter, infantry. Not much he can do against his anti-tank this turn. Great strike there. And takes out his opponent's battlecopter quite easily. This battlecopter could get... Oh, well, does this do? Not great, but will still be cost effective. Bike takes up the tank there. Good Duster strike on the CO unit. Another Duster pull on the field. Looks like going for a good number of Dusters strafe all infantry units and take out the battlecopters. Of course, Dusters won't receive any retaliation from the anti-tank. They can only hit helicopters. Good strike there. Try and flip the property, though battlecopters can easily interrupt it. You saw that unit there. Brenner CO zone is at 24. Waylon's at 51, so possibly could be popped next turn, but it's a full health battlecopter, his CO unit. So it's probably not going to be that useful to pop it. Makes some good headways there. Takes a good strike there. Got a decent number of mechs up here. Overall, the tank's giving some good presence. Duster does interrupt the capture. Good strike there. He's at max out CO zone. Great hits there from Waylon. Even puts a pretty good strike there. Does not finish off there. Does finish off there. Battlecopter bike. So Waylon has a superpower available. And a number of units could use it. Mostly Dusters though. That battlecopter's gets a bit of splash hit there on that Duster. Duster's down to 3 ammo. Battlecopter here, mech, infantry, got anti-air here. So will Waylon pop a superpower this turn? I don't know if that'll be useful. Duster won't be useful against the anti-tank. Good strike there. Yeah, it's probably best it doesn't pop a superpower. It doesn't have enough air force to really make good use of it. Great strike there from the bike. More bikes push forward. And still got some neutral properties there. Linda's at 21,000, Brenner's at 19, so there's going to be more money. Now we do have a Brenner bomber to put on the field. Good strike there. Anti-air tank mech. Great medium tank strike there. Waylon gets a good strike. Pulling back the wounded Duster. He may could go for a rig for a temporary airport. Capturing the properties there. Waylon's starting to get a good capturing game going. He has 108,000 fuel, 21,000 bank. Brenner only has 63, so Brenner's really falling behind. Anti-air tank. I think he probably should go for more battle coppers overall. He has plenty of anti-air with his Dusters. Next turn, this Duster can make back to the airport. Good strike there, prevents the flip. More hits onto the command battlecopter. This medium tank's also almost out of ammo as well. Merge. Great strike there. Great strikes there. We've got the bomber here, of course. If he clears the path of the bomber could strike the anti-air, but maybe not this turn. Those can strike this turn. But the tank does a better job at that, probably. Brenner's command tank does go down. Goes for tank anti-air bike. Good strikes there on the tank. Bit of damage on the bomber. Anti-air. Anti-air infantry. Some good strikes there. Bomber gets a great hit there on the anti-tank. Tank finish off the anti-tank. Duster finish off the tank there. Next turn, Waylon could pop his superpower, allow him to recklessly charge for his aircraft. Yeah, right now Brenner's down to 43,000 field versus 133. Let's take out the rest of the ammo of that medium tank. So no ammo, just its machine gun. That medium tank can fall back to this city right there. At this point in time, I just have the autoplay turn because it's pretty much over. If Waylon wants to really pursue the anti-airs, all he needs to do is pop his superpower. Though it does take a pretty sizable hit there on this bomber. Next, getting some decent shots. Oh, got a rig on the field because he does need the ammo. Temporary report wouldn't be half bad as well. tank bike. So Waylon did save some money. That mean tank is almost down. Extra defense from the Veteran Seas being very handy. Starting to capture the HQ now. Pops superpower, giving +10/+10 global, plus all the air benefits. So right now this one doesn't have really any anti-air on the field. Now the bomber and anti-tank deployed on the field. And it looks like next turn, looks like he will interrupt the capture. Join the captures there. Good strike. Lots of good hits there. Bomber, 1 HP bomber, there's nothing you can do to stop it or clear it out of the way. Fresh bomber push away forward. The command copter's no ammo remaining and low on food fuel as well. Tank, anti-tank. And this should be game. Just trying to get as much damage in before the game actually ends. And that is the end of the replay. This is Anne Great saying thank you for watching, and on the next replay.